I want to start off. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is D, all right, with 8th House Energy. And I'm starting a new series over on Patreon called Now What? For those of you who've been following the channel, you guys are amazing. Many of you have escaped a lot of karmic cycles, closed out a lot of karmic cycles. Many of you, as a result of closing out these karmic cycles, you escaped death, you escaped disease, you escaped mayhem, madness, just straight insanity. Okay, for some of you, you may have had breakdowns, but you were able to get yourself back up. All right, some of you, the things that you went through took so much of a toll on you spiritually, emotionally, and physically that a lot of you now are probably in a situation where you're not sure who to trust. You don't know what to do next. You've cut out the majority of the people that you were communicating with. You can't even relate to the people and the scenarios and situations that you used to relate to before. That's because you are ascending. You have taken care of, as far as what you need to take care of right now, as far as the karmic debts and the karmic cycles, you've taken care of them. So congratulations to you. You survived. You survived. Now what do you do? Well, what we're going to talk about in Patreon is we're going to talk about what to do. What we're going to talk about is, how the universal and the 3D realms connect, so that you understand some of the things that you've been through. Those of you who have been following the channel, I talk to you all the time about that. You have to start thinking about, not just thinking about the world in the mundane 3D sense. You have to start looking at it in a universal perspective as well, which is why I introduce astrology into the readings, because as above, so below, right? So right now, what a lot of you need is you need healing. You need to repair your physical body as well as your spiritual body, meaning your aura, because down here on the 3D realm, your physical body has suffered, okay? You fought, your spirit was fighting against your 3D body. For some of you, what happens is when you are in a karmic relationship with, most of them, they are family members and lovers and friends, people that you really have to deal with, which is why you have to learn the lesson and learn how to navigate or maneuver through these cycles so that your spirit, mind, body, and soul are intact without self-destructing or allowing these people to destroy you. And so there was a lot of battle that went on, and it took a toll on you. When your spiritual energy is telling you that you should do something else, but your 3D realm is telling you you should do something different, like they are not aligned, that's when you can have all kinds of physical altercations. Physical ailments. So, for example, you may have a karmic cycle with someone who's very close to you, a family member. And so your spirit is telling you, cut this person off. You've learned everything you need to learn with this situation. Cut this person off. But the 3D realm tells you, no, this person's your mom, or this person's your adult child, or this person's your husband. And it's like, okay, what do I do? So now here you are, your physical, the 3D realm is fighting against the spiritual. What happens is we develop all types of diseases, autoimmune diseases. That's when the body fights itself. Because if you go for a long period of time, your spiritual body fighting your physical body, it's going to manifest in your physical body. So a lot of you are suffering from issues of pre-hypertension, pre-diabetic, autoimmune diseases, ailments and aches that you don't even understand why you're having them. But when you go to the doctor, they can't really tell you what's wrong. They may want to just dope you up, but these are ramifications of the battles that you've been in. And so not only do you have to repair the physical body, you need to repair your aura, your spiritual body, because not only are you being attacked down here in the physical realm by the people that you were trying to avoid, these people who were trying to kill you, who were trying to drain your energy, trying to take your money, okay, trying to take everything you have from you, trying to give you diseases, knowing that they, what I mean? You're dealing with that on the physical level. But on the universal level, your aura is being attacked at the same time. So your aura needs to be revamped, and it needs to be repaired as well. So what we talk about in that the Now What series is how to do this. So what we're doing is we're doing a 21-day fast starting August 1st. Check out the community tab for all of the information in reference to that. But the main purpose of that is to repair the physical body and the spiritual aura. Okay. Also, another main purpose of that is to help you to get in control of your physical desires. A lot of you have addictions of all sorts. A lot of us. Okay. I ain't no different from y'all. A lot of us have physical addictions of all sorts. Being in this 3D realm, we can't help it. You know, the way the world is, it's crazy. We have to find ways of coping. So we all have some type of way of coping that is not healthy, or there could be a few. And so getting this 21-day detox down will help you to get in control of your physical body. Okay? So check out the community tab in reference to that. That goes from August 1st through August 21st. So if you want to participate, check that out. Feel free to do so. But we'll talk about that. And we'll also talk about connecting with your ancestors. Okay, it's one thing to set up an altar, you know, and pray. But it's a whole other thing establishing communication. All right, and frequent communication with your benevolent. And I stress benevolent. And we'll talk about that as in the series as well. You don't just want to pray to ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, and soul groups. You want to pray to benevolent ancestors, benevolent spirit guides, benevolent soul group, benevolent guardian angels. Okay, because you have ancestors who are not for your betterment or not for your spiritual ascension. Okay, and you need to know that when you call on them for help, you're calling on the ones who can help you, the ones who have your your best interests at heart. So we get into that. We talk about those types of ancestors who you should be connecting with, who you shouldn't be connecting with, things like that. For a brief quick example is, if you had ancestors who, they were good to you, but they were addicts, unfortunately you cannot call on them because they're in the same mind frame. They still have the same personality. Okay, when you leave this realm and you go to the other realm, you still have the same personality, you still have the same quirks and things like that. You cannot connect with people who've murdered people. So if you have ancestors who murdered someone, you should not be calling on them because the spirit realm has to deal with them in a special way. So you should not be calling on them, even if they were good to you. If you have family members who were molesters, sexual predators, you cannot call on them either. So we get into all of that. Also, what we talk about is the various ways that you can heal the physical body and the spiritual body at the same time. And one of the best ways to do that is with crystal work, working with crystals. I got a whole bunch of crystals here. So we talk about how to do that, getting crystals for each of the 7 chakras and listening to crystal, aura healing music while actually laying the crystals on your body. In the particular area in which warrants that particular crystal. So, for example, you may have your heart chakra. You're using things like jade, or rose quartz, and you can lay the crystal on your heart while you're listening to, heart chakra music. You can do it for like as little as 10 minutes a day. It helps to heal the chakras. And while you're doing your detox and you're eating better and you're, clearing out all that negative energy, you're helping to heal. All right. So we talk about that in detail as well. We talk about the temptations that you may have. Some of us may not make it all the way through the fast, 100%. Okay, because the fast is very strict. Well, the detox is very strict. Like if you smoke cigarettes, it's recommended that you try to stop. Again, this whole situation is designed to help you to get in control of your physical desires. If you want to be able to manifest and be as strong as you possibly can, your physical body has to be intact and as strong as it possibly can for you to manifest. It's one thing for you to work out and all that stuff, but it's a whole nother thing if you have addictions that you can't get rid of or that you don't have control over, because you can't be maneuvering in the realm of magic and you're still weak for the flesh. You feel me? It's not going to work in your favor at all. Okay? You're going to be subjected to lower level demons. You're not going to be able to ascend in the manner in which you want to ascend. You're not going to be able to perform high levels of magic if you are still trapped physically to like 3D addictions. So this is to help you to get on course. Like, it's not going to happen in the first 21 days. All right. Some people may make it 3 days and then they fall off. Just get back on a horse. Some people may make it 2 weeks and they fall off. Just get back on a horse. Try to do what you can for the 21 days. And then you can also, the next month, maybe you can just do it for 2 weeks. Excuse me. But you want to start implementing ways in which you control the physical body. It's like you have control over it. It doesn't have control over you. That is very important when it comes to manifesting and dealing with higher levels of magic. What we also talk about in this series also is getting your emotions in check. So for a lot of you, you may not make it through the full 21 days, and it could have to do with some psychological issues. Could be things that happened to you in your childhood. And if you're having problems fighting these addictions, why? And it could have a lot to do with the things you've experienced. So we get into depth with that. All right, because this is the whole purpose of setting up the connection with your ancestors so that you can communicate with them and you can ask them for help, ask them for wisdom, ask them for guidance, ask them for intestinal fortitude and strength and discipline to fight. This is why it's very important that we establish communication with the ancestors. But we have to get our emotions in check. Once we can get our emotions in check, then we can start checking those physical desires. All right. So we talk about that in this series as well. And then finally, what we get to is the actual part of manifestation, learning what your gifts are. Many of us are not comfortable going to mystery schools or joining spiritual groups where we have to follow what other people tell us we should do. There's a lot of danger in that. For a lot of us, we don't know what our gifts are yet, and we could be around people who could see that and notice that in us. And, these people are human. They could take advantage of our gifts. They could put us in a position where we lose our gifts because they're more knowledgeable than we are in reference to what we have and how to harness it from us. So some of us are not comfortable going to mystery schools or joining into, spiritual organizations and things like that. So some of us want to learn it on our own. We want to connect with our ancestors of the benevolent kind, all of our benevolence. We want to connect with them and establish a relationship with them so that they can guide us. Because when the student, what is the saying about the student? When the student appears, the teacher, when the student, I forget what it is, God damn it. But when you're ready to learn, the teacher will appear. Long story short, in reference to that quote that I screwed up completely. But when you're ready to learn, the teacher will appear. So what this is this serves as a guideline to get you ready so that you're able to manifest in a manner where you can, do high levels of manifestation. Because this is, you have gifts. A lot of you, this is why people were trying to hunt you down and kill you. This is why people were trying to take from you, because they saw gifts that you had that you didn't recognize you had. So now you have to know what they are. You have to recognize them. You didn't win this battle for nothing. You didn't avoid death and destruction for nothing. You have a gift. So it's important for you to recognize what that gift is, figure out what they are, because many of you have more than one. And the best way and the safest way for you to do that is to establish connection with your benevolent ancestors, benevolent spirit guides, benevolent guardian angels. Everybody's driving up and down the street acting crazy. But for you to develop this connection and this communication so that you can work with them and say, look, I need you to show me what my gifts are. So, you don't have to be going to, you can go to tarot card readers if you want to. But the whole purpose of my channel is to get you to develop your spiritual gifts on your own. And the first thing you have to understand is how the spiritual realm versus the 3D realm, how they connect and how they work, and how these people are going to be sent to you to teach you these lessons. Once you learn these lessons, then what's the next step? Because you're going to have to heal. You're going to have to figure out how to heal yourself and get yourself ready, because now you're ascended to the next level. And guess what? The next level has next level devils. So the karmic connections, the karmic communications are going to come in again. But the thing is you want to be as healed as much as possible so that you're able to handle those karmic connections that are going to come your way. It may not come to you the same way it did before. It may come to you in a totally different way. And again, remember the struggle you went through and the physical toll it takes. So the whole purpose of this guidance is it's like, okay, the interim between clearing out one cycle of karmics, and then, you know, another cycle coming in. So we're dealing with the interim period. Okay, now what? What do I do? How do I heal myself? How do I fix myself? It's like you were in battle. You were in war, right? And the war is over. So now you come home. So now you're looking for help from the government, but maybe they only giving you very little to nothing. All right. So you can look at this situation as, okay, there is some help available, but it's going to involve you having to do the research, you having to do, your due diligence and trying to figure out what's going on. But it gives you guidance on how to do it, so that you don't have to be susceptible to dealing with people in groups who may not have your best interests at heart. They're just there to steal your energy. They pose under the guise of, oh, I'm high priestess this, or I'm high priest that. But, you know, some of them, you know, they're not good. Now, I'm not saying all of them are not, but I'm just saying, you know, they are human. And if they are jealous of you because they see a gift you have that they don't, you know, they're human, they're tempted. You never know what could happen. You could put yourself in a situation where you lose your gifts that you didn't even know you had. Some of us don't want to deal with that. We rather just discover our gifts on our own, dealing with our ancestors, our spirit guides, our benevolent ancestors, all the benevolence who are helping us. We get into the group the distinction between all of them as well. We talk about the ancestors opposed to the spirit guides, opposed to the guardian angels, opposed to the soul group. We get into that as well, so that you have an understanding of who you're talking to and who you're working with. But again, the whole purpose of this is to provide you some guideline on how to heal yourself after the war. Okay, how to get yourself back up and running as best as possible, so that you can, you know, take the experiences and the knowledge and the wisdom that you learned from these past cycles, and you are armed with that you're armed with that now, and you're able to move forward in your next ascension process. Some people will say, oh, you ascend and that's it. You go through one ascension and that's it. That's not how any of this works. You are constantly ascending as long as you are in this 3D realm. Okay, you are going to constantly have karmic cycles. You're going to constantly have people coming towards you, reflecting to you what it is that's going on with you that needs to be healed or changed. I don't care who you are. None of us, you could be the most high priest or most high priestess. They still deal with everyday dilemmas in the 3D realm, because you have no choice. We're all here dealing with it. So don't think that once you ascend to one level, that's just it. That's not how this works. Okay? So, you know, this is what this series is about. So if this is, you know, something that you feel like you're interested in, and we talk about the ways to manifest as well, you know, especially tapping into higher levels of magic. And again, it serves as a guidance, introducing you to different techniques and formats. But, you know, this is, you know, what this whole series is all about. So with that being said, the series is on Patreon, and it's going to be, there's 2 tiers there. There's a tier that talks about all the extendeds that I offer. So all of the readings, when I do extendeds, there's a tier for that where you have access to all the extendeds. Then there's the second tier that deals with what we're talking about here. And that tier, you'll see it. It'll be entitled Now What? So that's the tier that you want to join if you're interested in finding out all of this information and taking your spiritual journey on the next level, or to the next level. All right. So I just want to introduce that tier to you all. For those of you who are interested, feel free to join it. I post there weekly and bi-weekly, officially starting August 1st. So I just want to put this video out there so that if some of you want to go ahead and join now, you can. I did one video there already, but I'll be working on some more this weekend, because like I said, I'm going to be posting there weekly or bi-weekly. And, you know, it's going to be open as far as if you have questions or concerns, so that we can all chat and communicate with each other and share our experiences. All right. But let's start off, everybody, if you can, even if you don't want to do the Now What series. You know, you've been through battles, you've been through a lot. You know, take care of your body, take care of your physical health and your spiritual health by attempting the 21-day detox. Again, you don't have to make it all the way through. The last time I did it was last month. I made it for 2 weeks. But I know I could have did another week. So 21 days, I could handle that. If I did 14, I can do another 7. You know, and my goal is to just eat fish, fruits, and vegetables anyway. So I'm going to be looking for recipes to incorporate. I would recommend, if you can, get a blender, get a juicer, and look for recipes, like try to prepare ahead of time, so that, you know, you're not stuck out of the blue. You're hungry all of a sudden and you didn't go shopping, or you didn't try to do any meal prep or meal planning, and then you're resorting back to the old stuff that you were doing. It's all about preparation, because if you don't plan, what's the saying? You fail to plan. What is it? Failing to plan or planning to fail, something like that. When you don't plan, you plan to fail. That's how it goes. But so I just wanted to drop this video real quick to let you guys know, because I did a video about this a little ways back, talking to you about how to manifest your power and now what. So you can check out that video too. I'll have the link for it in the description box below. But yeah, we're going to bring this into fruition effective August 1st, because we need this. We need this. So with that being said, peace and blessings to everybody. And again, congratulations, you made it. You lived to fight another day. Peace out.